What's up, y'all? We got a great Monday Wake Up Barstool planned for you. Patriot Dave is back after the Pats' massive win in Tampa. Plus, brand new edition of the Football G-Spot with Greg Olsen and Coach Jon Gruden. And our own Brandon Walker gives you his new college football top 10. And it all starts now on FS1. What's up, guys? Wake Up Barstool here in Chicago. There's snow in the air and love in the room. We got Brandon Walker, Meek Phil, Liam Bluttman, and Dave Portnoy. This is Monday, and we might as well dive right into it. The New England Patriots go on the road to Tampa yesterday. A massive test. One of the AFC's best going to the NFC's best. Our own boss, well, he was in the boss's suite. That's right. Rubbing elbows with Bob Kraft as Drake May and company get it done. Dave, how are we feeling on this victory Monday?
It's a huge game. It was a test game. And again, I got to stress this enough because we've gone through this iteration with Barstool. You two weren't with us, but for many, 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 many moons here, we started every single Monday talking about the Patriots. And this actually got contentious amongst like Big Cat and KFC. It's like, oh, you only talk about the Patriots. And so this is a Patriots, network and we should be covering everything. And it honestly created tension. So recently here, we've been talking about the Patriots. We lead with the Patriots. Well, I want to say this. Unequivocally, this is the number one story in the NFL. This was the number one game. If you turn the channel to competitors, I don't suggest you do it. I would be surprised if they aren't leading with this game as well. It was the most important game. And what you have here is the rebirth of a dynasty. There is no other way to say it. It feels like old times. Drake May is now the favorite for the MVP. Look at this. We're celebrating like madmen up in the box. We're having a grand old time. He throws the deep ball like nobody we've ever seen. He did make one mistake later in the game. Mac Hollins, I was in the locker room. I've never been in the locker room after a victory. Mac Hollins, first one into the locker room screaming, we're kings of the AFC South. I got other guys I didn't even recognize saying, we love your dog, Miss Peaches. I'm hugging with Vrabel. I finally get to see Will Campbell. He says, how you doing, sir? We're going to make you proud, sir. It's great to be a Patriots fan. It's not only how good the Patriots are, and it's not only that they're doing things that remind me of the old days, and we talked about it. End of the first half. They have first and goal at the 1. There's about $140, and you got Baker Mayfield on the other side of the field. The Patriots are getting the ball at the beginning of the second half. They're down here. I think the score was what? They were down 3,
It was 10
I think.
to 7. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 10 to 7 at the time.
Right. And you figure if you score on first down, at the very least, Baker comes back, gets him in a field goal position. The wonderful arrogance of Mike Vrabel to say we're going to forfeit this first down sneak with Drake May, not even try to score, to burn the clock and not give the Bucs the ball back with any time because I know we're so good. I have so much confidence in number 10 taking snaps. I don't care if it's second, third, fourth down. I'm going to call a fade like he did on fourth down to Stephon Diggs, and the whole crowd gasped. I put my hand on Robert Kraft. I go, don't worry, we got this, sir. And we did. An absolutely stunning play call in the right one. So they score, take the lead, get the ball back. Trayvon Henderson busts a huge run, and they take that swing momentum. And I got to tell you, it's not only that the Patriots won a very important game and have taken a stranglehold on the AFC and the home field advantage, the Buffalo Bills,
Oh, no.
go into Miami and lay an egg and lose by 20 or 30. Myself and the Crafts, I was up there. I go, oh, my God, the Bills scored again. Oh, my God, this is going to be like the old days. It really feels like that. When the Patriots are winning big games and the Bills are puking on themselves, it's a stranglehold now. We already beat Buffalo. So, I at some level with the Patriots, I think that people are like, oh, this is an act. I was screaming to people on the way out the stadium, I'll see you in Santa Clara. There's a Super Bowl team. This is an absolute Super Bowl team that can make a run. So it was a great day. Thank you to the Crafts for inviting me in that box, sitting 50-yard line. I had the time of my life, and it's great to be a Patriot fan. It really feels like the old days. And to go from Brady to Drake May, I don't know what I did in a previous life to deserve this, but thank you.
Neither do I. Listen, I stared at my phone. I stared at the NFL. I stared trying to find a better number one story than the Patriots. I wanted something. Is it Caleb Williams dragging the Bears to a win?
was a fun
Is it the Ravens getting back on the road? No, it is the Patriots. The Patriots going on the road to Tampa Bay and winning the way they did. And not only is Drake May turning into what he is turning into, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, now they've unlocked Travion Henderson. Now they've unlocked this great young running back, and you got weapons all over the field. Like, what do you say about the Patriots? And as a Dolphins fan, and I know Bills fans, I know all these. There are so many franchises in the NFL that have fought and scratched and clawed, and they can never put anything together. And this guy gets to live through 2 decades of Tom Brady, has to go through a season or 2 or 3 seasons of and they hired the wrong coach after Belichick. They corrected it immediately. Now they got the right coach, the right quarterback, the right everything. Look at him. Look at him.
He looks very smug right now.
I've never been in an NFL locker room after a win. It was a spectacular place to be, a joyous place to be. And I love Vrabel. He goes, today's Wednesday, boys. Remember this? They celebrated for 30 seconds. They play Thursday night football versus the lowly Jets, who we've literally made a mockery of embarrassing them. Like people forget. Fireman Ed shouldn't even be on the sideline. We forced him into the retirement after the butt fumble. So another win. The schedule's not tough. We have at Buffalo, Baltimore, who's going to round into shape, it looks like. But this team can play with anybody. The defense is complementary football. They got players all over the field. And I'm going to say something that is absolutely, it's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. But when you can throw the deep ball, like Drake May, and stretch the field, it just opens up everything. I mean, the way this guy throws the deep ball, there should be a symphony going on every single time the ball is in the air. It is that beautiful. So it's a great day to be a Patriots fan. Even I didn't expect this 8-2, 10 games into the season, and in total control. We're the number 1 seed, boys. We're the number 1 seed.
Well, and it's crazy to Brandon's point. It's not even just Drake May, because now there's Stephon Diggs, and he's really great. There's Will Campbell. It looks like you have a franchise left tackle that's going to be locked up. Hey, how about that old Neville, Louisiana?
Yeah,
accent,
I love it. And it's funny because I went in the locker room and I was saying to Bob Kraft, and I talked to McDaniels a little bit. I used to know all the guys. I was a younger version of Dave. It's like I knew everybody pretty well. I don't know a lot of these guys now on a personal basis, but I'm looking forward to getting to know them over this next 10 years. If you ask me, Dave, dead serious, like gun ahead, you got to answer this truth serum. What would you be happy with? Like, what is the bare minimum with Drake May? I'd say 3 Super Bowls.
3 Super Bowls is a lot, man.
Bare minimum. That is the bare minimum.
The bare minimum.
3 Super Bowls.
So not the ceiling.
So
it's not the ceiling.
So 2 Super Bowls, disappointment.
If he has 2 Super Bowls at this career, disappointment. Yes. Why are you laughing like that?
No, because nobody else could say this and with their franchise it be realistic in the slightest. But like, not just with your franchise, but kind of with how your entire life has played out. I don't know if this is like manifestation.
3.
But
minimum of 3.
It seems like you can say that.
I said it. Yes, I can't believe I like Buffalo. Like, I don't love being rivals with Buffalo because they're hardy people. You said it's snowing there. They're probably under 7 feet of snow already. It's not even Thanksgiving. I'm out here. It's 80. I see palm trees and parrotfish diving through the air. We are going to get our 7th Super Bowl before they get 1. In no universe is that fair. And they are real blue-collar, hardcore fans. I'm going to have 7 rings before they have 1. How is that fair?
It's not.
It's
There's nothing fair about it. And not only are you going to have I don't know if you're going to have 7 rings, but not only do you have the 6 rings now, but you got them all in a 2-decade span where you got to see. It's not like you have to go back to 1970 and point at one and say, boy, I bet that was awesome. You got to see all of them. And now, if you're at the dawn of something special, again, you get to go through another run. But it's a
I never had angst. Like, I never was like, oh, the Patriots, man, they like these teams who go through the Jets or the Dolphins. I didn't have that angst. It's like, well, I can't be mad yet. I can't really get that upset. It's like, we had the greatest run in the history of sports, but we're back. I didn't have time to catch my breath, and we're already back at the top of the league. Goes to the ownership. My friend Bob Crafter is sitting next to me, and we're just talking, how do you rebuild the franchise? How do you get it going? And they just did all the right moves. They did the wrong move with Mayo, but they didn't sit on it.
No sunk cost fallacy.
Get the right guy, and Vrabel's the right guy, and they've let it's an interest. I talked to him one thing. I didn't even notice it, and this is what a great owner is. Kraft told me. I didn't notice it. Last week, I guess the Patriots individually came out of the tunnel. Like they announced the players individually. First time they did it since their first Super Bowl. If you'll remember in those videos, we're all Patriots. We come out together. They never done it individually. Vrabel said, I want to change that. I want to announce these guys individually, probably give them the shine. Kraft lets him do it, even though it's probably not his favorite. Like, he likes the team concept, but you hire a great coach, you let him be a great coach, you get a great quarterback, and here we are on, Wake Up Barstool. We got our own channel. Barstool's bigger, stronger than ever before, and I will spread that Patriots gospel at a level, a decibel I wasn't able to do before. So it'll be louder, more obnoxious, and more in your face.
And just a note here, Tom Brady did not receive an MVP vote till his age 26 season. Drake May's the current favorite, and he's 23 years old. So May's on a good track record right now.
I mean, he's unbelievable. That's a great point. He can run. The only thing I knock on wood is stay healthy, which is a big component of this league, no doubt. But this kid has it all.
Well, and to your point, now he's got Mike Vrabel, who appears to be one of the better situational coaches in the entire league. I mean, the Wombo combo in the end of the first half, start of the second, and then the third and 14 throw from May yesterday. It was great. It was
avoids the passer. He has 1 million of these a day. He just I love
Dave.
I love that. I got to tell you, my phone was blowing up. We see the big man in the box.
There it is. That's crazy.
It's just a great day. It was an absolutely great day.
Okay, so that was a great day.
Any comment on the screenshot that made it look like you put on a few pounds?
I'm definitely getting fat. There's no doubt about that. But at some level, I'm 48. Like, that is just genetics. There's not much I can do. I eat pizza every day. I don't really work out. I'm not going to go on Ozempic. I'm a big believer in eating. You know what I did when I got home after I had that screenshot? We have, in my household, emergency Italian. It's like if you get home and the restaurants are closed, you just have a packet of pasta. I made some garlic bread, whipped it up, and had a celebratory carb-loading meal at about 11 p.m. So I'm not going to let that get me down. It is what it is, and if I don't feel like working out, I'm not that vain anymore.
Okay, so a great day. It was a great weekend as well, though. How was Starkville, guys? It looked amazing. I know the game was whatever, but Brandon, it truly looked like you had the time of your life. Dave, it looked like Duty Noble treated you very well as Starkville as a whole. How was it, boys?
Well, outside of the one person that came up to Dave, I thought everything was great. Everything was amazing. I thought the hospitality was fantastic. Everything. I was very nervous taking Dave down there because I was nervous he was going to get on stage and he was going to crap on Starkville, but he didn't because Starkville was fantastic. The game didn't go my way, but everything else did. You enjoyed it. He's wearing a Starkville Yellow Jacket shirt right now.
Yeah. Listen. On the more serious note, obviously, the anti-Semitic dude who came up, and that's going to be a big story tonight because that's in the pizza review. Like, the pizza review goes tonight. I don't hold that against Starkville, and I did. I had a great time. The crowd showed up. I want to hate it because I don't like Walker, but it was. I sometimes like the off the beaten path schools like Starkville or Iowa State or Virginia Tech that do have pretty cool campuses when you show up. The baseball field,
it's crazy.
The dude, spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. No other way to put it. The apartments we stayed in, Dan and I, overlooking left field, spectacular. One of the coolest things. And they love their baseball there. So that was actually very, very, very cool. I told a funny story. So I didn't realize, I didn't do like my research, but we got in the room and a couple of players were yelling. They're like, come down, take BP, come hang out. So I went on the field for a bit. And the coach came up to me. Now, I hadn't realized they got a new coach. He hasn't coached a game yet at Mississippi State.
No.
Came from Virginia.
Yep, very good.
That program, was there 20 years, College World Series. So he comes face to face. He's nose to nose, jaw to jaw to me. Not an intimidating way, but he's like, do you recognize me? I'm like, no, I don't. He's like, well, you know, we've sort of met before. I'm like, oh, okay. Where's this going? He's like, I was the coach of Virginia in the College World Series. And you thought I left my pitcher in too long at the end of the game. And apparently you had a very big bet on Virginia to win the World Series, which I did. And I eviscerated this guy. This guy shouldn't have air to breathe. How is he a coach? And he's like, my kid's a big Barstool guy. We just blew a game in the College World Series. I come home, I'm downtrodden. I walk in the door and my kid's like, Dad, you're all over Barstool. So it was a pretty funny story. It was nice. He was joking about it. But yeah, they got a lot of East Coast kids. A lot of people from Virginia, a lot of Long Island. So a lot of East Coast flair to Mississippi State. And just shows the state almost of NIL are changing. But, you know, these guys, the coach leaves, a lot of them follow. They're from the Northeast. They wake up in Starkville, and that's where their foreseeable future will be.
Dave, real quick on the way out here, are you committing to go to a game at Dudy Noble this baseball season?
Well, that's an awful lot. That's a big commitment. Now, it did open my eyes to like SEC baseball because we were talking like, you know, and I know people in LSU, T-Bob, Tennessee.
We're crazy about
it. Ole Miss.
Arkansas.
That's my professional baseball. Like, that's like what I like gets my heart going.
Yeah, and I can see it. It was very, very cool. I mean, that looked like, I don't want to say Major League Stadium because it wasn't that big, but a very nice minor league, like professional-looking ballpark. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Way nicer than anything I'd seen for a college baseball field in my time.
Yeah, and look, they lead the nation in attendance every single year, so it's a great time to get out there. All right, coming up next here at Wake Up Barstool, we do it every Monday. It is some of the best football insight you will get anywhere on your television this morning. It's Coach Gruden, it's Greg Olsen, it's Dave. It's the Football G-Spot next here on FS1. What's happening, guys? It is time for some of the best football insight you'll get all day. It is time for the Football G-Spot.
Got me feeling icy.
I love football. Knock on wood if you're with me, everybody.
Can I finish my point?
All right, G-Spot, Coach, Greg, welcome both of you. I don't want to make this all about the Patriots, but I know, Coach, we saw each other at the game last night or yesterday. I've been in ranting and raving, so I'll keep it short. I've said Drake May's career will be a disappointment if he doesn't get 3 Super Bowls. Agree or disagree?
I don't know about that. That's awful deep, man, to start the morning. Jeez, oh, man. I mean, a guy wins a big game. You're talking 3 Super Bowls to define his career. Gee, many Christmas, Dave.
I would be disappointed if we didn't get 3. I mean, this team 8-2. Bills look like they're going back to the center earth. Everything's right in the world. It felt like the old days. I'm in the Bucs celebrating with Robert Kraft. We're in the locker room, 8-2, number 1 seed. This is like when Greg and I first met. Everything is coming up right now, Patriots, and we got a quarterback. If we want to get into these MVP odds, you know, he's the favorite right now. Drake May has elevated himself as Drake May, Matt Stafford, Mahomes. I don't know where they're getting Mahomes from at this. Here it is. May, Stafford, Mahomes, Taylor, Josh Allen. Josh Allen, what are we talking about, Josh Allen? He's done. Darnold, maybe. I mean, look at these odds. Who do you guys think? I'll start with you, Coach. We're talking about who's your MVP right now.
Well, I saw Drake May live yesterday, and I don't know if you've seen him live, Greg, but he is impressive, man. He got out of trouble a couple times. His deep ball accuracy, he's tough as hell, too, man. And he got hit a few times. It doesn't faze him. It was raining. I thought the bad weather might impact him a little bit, but he is a really good player. Plus, he looked good handing the ball off to Travion Henderson.
You called that pregame to me.
I tell you what, I love what Matt Stafford is doing, and Jonathan Taylor's blowing my mind. I got to be honest. That game in Berlin yesterday, I'm sitting there watching it. Daniel Jones, everybody knows he's going to hand the ball off to Taylor. 244 yards rushing, and he's breaking tackles. He's possessed. He's on tap to be the 10th 2,000-yard rusher ever. Right now, I'm going with Jonathan Taylor, but there's a lot of football yet to be played.
Greg?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Drake May is one of the best stories in the league. Unlike you, Dave, some of us have known about him more than just this year. He's actually a Charlotte kid, played high school ball about 5 miles from my house.
I'm not scouting him in high school. You can't hold
Well,
that
I mean, some of us are more committed to the game than others. You should have seen him hoop in high school.
I've seen his highlight videos.
He went to Myers Park High School right down the street. He was an incredible basketball player. Unbelievable athlete, great kid. He's everything you want. Yeah, I mean, I think the conversation is him. I think what Stafford's doing is incredible. I mean, his last 3 games, 4 touchdowns, no picks. He's having as good a year. Jonathan Taylor. I think Darnold is in the mix. I think Seattle might be the best team in the league. I mean, they are really good, both sides of the ball. What they're doing on defense, obviously what they've done with Kubiak, bringing him in year 1 with Darnold, pairing them up, running that offense. Yeah, I mean, I actually think this year, unlike in years past where it feels like it was going to come down to the same couple guys and it was just a matter of which team was better at the end of the year, I think as we sit here in week 11, I think there's probably 4 or 5 guys that you can make a legitimate argument could end up being the MVP. And I think that's what makes for an exciting kind of stretch finish here through the rest of the season.
Here's a question for you, Greg, on a player perspective. To me, MVP in like the NBA is a humongous deal. Like the guys in the NBA, they get an MVP. It's almost sometimes like, would they rather like a championship or an MVP? For me, it doesn't feel that in football. Like I don't put that. I don't ever see guys that would be like, I want MVP over a Super Bowl. How big of a deal is that award for the players?
Yeah, I think it's big, and I'll be honest, it's actually big for the teammates. The year that Cam won MVP that year, we all took great pride in that. Like it was an honor that we felt we played good enough as a team to have a guy that was worthy of the MVP. Because let's be honest, in the NFL, traditionally, the MVP goes to the best quarterback on the team with the best record, right? There's a team element in football where the good teams get rewarded by having the MVP, typically as a quarterback award. So if your record's not where it says, if you don't make a good run, deep, typically you're not going to end up getting it for most seasons. So that's really what we've seen the last couple of years. And I think it's kind of cool that there's some new faces, right? I think it's cool that, it always was assumed that it was going to be Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, et cetera. But, I think there's probably 4 guys other than those names this year that find themselves in the running.
Switching to coaching for you, Coach. Big news. Campbell takes over the offensive play calling. That's basically firing a guy in my mind without firing him. It's like you're hired to be the OC, and then suddenly you don't like the way the offense is going. Have you ever done that to one of your assistants or had it done to you? And is it exactly what I said? Is that dead man walking now because of what happened?
No, I don't think so at all, Dave. I think everybody wants to call plays against the Washington Commanders now. I mean, that's like 7-on-7. But I've been up to Detroit, and Dan Campbell's always had his fingerprints on this offense. I think a lot of people don't think he's had anything to do with the offense for some reason, but he's in all the meetings. He's in all the installations. Guys have to come up with the plays. Guys have to install the plays, got to go practice the plays, and somebody eventually has to call the plays. But I don't think this is a serious demotion. I think he's just trying to rally his team. It's a collaborative effort. I heard him say it 4 times. But I do think it sparked Detroit. I think it'll spark the coaching staff. And getting a big win after the tough loss that they had is a huge deal for Detroit.
All right, so we do this almost every week, I feel like, teams that can actually win the Super Bowl. We go through them. I'm going to start the Patriots, and I tell you, in the beginning of the show, I was walking out of that stadium, And we're screaming at each other, the Patriot fans. See you in Santa Clara. Now, this used to be something we did every year. I would book my hotel and travel arrangements literally late September. And it's like a New England reunion. We'd go, hey, good to see you. I haven't seen you since last year when we won the Super Bowl. Patriots, yes. Do you agree this is a Super Bowl team? Greg?
No.
I
think you guys are very good. I think the Patriots are very good. I think Drake May, I just said, I think he could potentially be an MVP guy down the stretch. I don't think the roster is quite there yet.
Are you doing it to spite me, though?
No, I'm not doing it to spite you at all. You asked me to give you a football opinion of a guy that watches a lot of football, and I'm giving you my opinion. And I know this has turned into a Patriots show, but there are actually other teams that are competitive in the league. And I think Vrabel could be coach of the year. I think Drake May could be an MVP candidate. I'm not debating any of the success.
You think the Bills are a Super Bowl team?
They wouldn't be my favorite.
Better chance than the Patriots. They wouldn't be my favorite
right now. They have a better chance than the Patriots.
Well, that's just nuts. I mean, they lost by 40 to the Dolphins. We already beat them. Coach, real quick for you on this game, did you see? And I don't know, Greg, if you saw this, 1st and goal at the 1 for the Patriots, end of the first half, and they're receiving the ball in the second half. Drake May, they forfeit a play. He basically doesn't try to score on 1st down so they can run the clock, not give Baker Mayfield. This is the play right here. They go to 4th down. How ballsy of a call was that? Would you do that? What do you think of that call?
I thought it was unbelievable. I've not seen that. I do know that Vrabel did not want Mayfield to get the ball back with time to get points before the half. And you and I know the Patriots are famous for doubling up. They wanted to score, leave Tampa Bay no time, get the opening drive and score again, and that's just what they did. But they got clobbered on short yardage goal line down there. They got crushed. And Stephon Diggs, I give Drake May credit for making the throw, but Diggs bailed him out big time. That was a significant play in the game. I have not seen anybody take a knee, though, on 1st and goal at the 1 in the first half.
Remind me of the old days when Belichick would just do things like, why is he doing that? And it works out. Next thing you know, we have a parade. Ravens, Greg.
Listen, the Ravens, I think everyone had counted them out. They were at the bottom of the division. I think the division is just okay to begin with, which I think is going to bail them and give them a lot of built-in wins as the year goes on. I still think they're the favorite to win the AFC North, and then they're hosting a playoff game. So I actually think, for as bad as things looked early and Lamar being out, and this is the end of the Ravens run and they're no longer, I think a lot of that's been put to rest. I mean, I think they're going to, when it's all said and done, I think they're going to end up winning the division, hosting a playoff game. And then in the playoffs, that's when that run game and Derrick Henry and the ability to move the ball on the ground actually has a lot more value than it does in the regular season. And if they could just continue to get better on defense, which is what they did down the stretch last year, if they can just get a little bit better, I don't think they're ever going to be a killer on defense, but if they can get healthy, play a little bit better on defense, get that ground game running in the playoffs, they're a tough beat.
Coach, we'll go to Detroit.
Well, the Detroit Lions, they're very similar to what they were last year, I think, Dave. They have a great quarterback. They have a lot of skilled players on offense. They're going to score points. But to me in the NFC, I just can't stop thinking about Seattle. Greg brought up the Seahawks. I think the Philadelphia Eagles, it'll be interesting to watch them tonight with the moves that they just made. They acquired some firepower up front on defense. And, the NFC to me is wide
Rams.
open.
We haven't even mentioned the Rams.
Yeah,
I think they're the actual favorite.
And I know you're a big Patriot guy, but had we had our full contingent yesterday, believe me, Bucky Irvin, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Hassan Reddick, we're missing about 5 of our best players. We would have shredded the Patriots.
The
yesterday.
best ability.
The Buccaneers are going to be there at the end. I believe this, not to interrupt you, but I think when they get healthy, they have a great schedule the last 5 weeks of the season. They're going to win the South. They're going to get a home game. And when that happens, they're going to be a tough team to beat in the playoffs.
People think I'm a homer. You're up there in the Ring of Honor in Tampa Bay. So obviously, yeah, he's dressed in that Tampa popsicle color yesterday.
Hey, I'll tell you, game of the week, though, is this weekend.
Yes.
Rams Seahawks could be the best matchup the first 10 weeks, 11 weeks of the season. I mean, you can make an argument that the two best teams in the league, if not, they're the two of the top 3 or 4 teams in the league playing each other. That I think it's, and again, I'm biased because I'm calling the game, but I think it's the best game.
It's a great game. Great game, but I think if you ask everybody, and he'll have to prove it, if you ask anybody, and I don't know, this goes a long way, who I think will win games. Who do you want as a quarterback? You're starting a team. I don't think anybody, and I know Darnold is playing good, but he didn't prove it in the playoffs. He had a great season with the Vikings and then really had a horrible playoff game where Stafford has proven it all the way through. So until Darnold proves it, and that's, I guess, how the league sometimes is, until you actually prove it, you're going to be doubted. But everybody, like if you guys said, well, you have a Super Bowl tomorrow, you can have one of them be your quarterback, I think everyone's taking Stafford, right?
Yeah, and those 2 receivers.
Yeah. I think that's fair. And obviously Stafford's won it all and been doing this a long time. I think part of it is Darnold just hasn't played in a lot of playoff games, and we can debate whose fault and organizational failures, and we can get into all of that another time. But yeah, I think that's fair. I think what Darnold does, if I had to pick an MVP today, if the season ended and there was no more games, I would pick Stafford.
That, again, is a hate vote against me.
It's not.
It a little bit is. I will say this one last story, and I'll let you go. I was brutally insulted, and I knew I was in real time. Yesterday at the game, Biz, our guy, our hockey guy there, he texted me and goes, Ovechkin wants to meet you. He's in a suite, like two suites down. I'm like, all right. Yeah, I'm with Kraft. It's a small suite, but they can come. And then he goes, yeah, so they just want to pick with you and Gruden. And the second he said that, I knew he meant Gruden. He's like, well, Gruden and I aren't together. Like, he's on the other side of the stadium. I'm here. He's like, oh, all right. Well, no, they still want to see you. I got crickets from Ovechkin. I see this big picture with Gruden and Ovechkin after the game. So I knew I was slightly insulted. I don't blame him. Like, why would Alex Ovechkin want a picture with me? I knew it was with Gruden. So I'm glad you got to meet him. How was he like? I didn't even know he really spoke fluent.
You know what's funny, Greg, is I was up there with the Washington Capitals. The whole hockey team was up there. I'm hanging out with the Ovechkin. They give me a beer to drink. Portnoy's name never came up. I don't even know what he's talking about.
I knew, and he was going to
awesome.
hear about it, that I was insulted. He was there's the picture. He was trying to be like, no, they still want to come see you. I gave him my suite number, crickets. And I'm talking, Biz called me 50 times during the game. Like my house was on fire. I was finally like, what do you want? They're like, Ovechkin, the Caps want a picture with you. And then it slowly came out. They actually wanted the picture with Gruden. So there it was. Thank you guys, as always, for joining. And I think we're going to unfortunately have to get used to having a lot of Patriot Mondays over the next decade. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.
All right, there it is, guys. That is the football G-Spot. Coming up next, it's time to dive into Saturday's football action as Brandon Walker has you a brand new college football top 10. Don't go anywhere. Look at this snow, guys. First time ever for me. It's been crazy. All right, more Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. Oh, look at that, guys. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. Clearing out the snow, hard at work. And we're shoveling our own. I'm blowing this transition.
That was terrible.
We're shoveling sports?
Sure.
Brandon, shovel me a brand new college football top 10.
Well, we have a brand new college football top 10, and it's not all that brand new. I did move Indiana down for their struggles at Penn State. I moved Texas A&M up because Texas A&M is just cruising, but that ultimately doesn't matter. As long as you're in the top 4, you're going to get a bye. Doesn't really matter. Ohio State continues to be number 1. They continue to cruise against a nothing schedule. A&M 2, Indiana 3. I both kind of downgrade Indiana and kind of upgrade them because they were They were on life support.
This is
and
a
they
net
were
win to
they were
me.
backed up at the 10-yard line. They had to go 90 yards in 2 minutes. The quarterback, who had not been good all day, all of a sudden is throwing dart, 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 dart. And then the play to win it is one of the all-time great catches in college football history. Not only one of the best catches of the year, but one of the best I've ever seen in my entire life. You've got 3rd and goal. He throws it way up there. I don't know how he had the body control to do it. Phenomenal catch, but Indiana falls down to number 3 in my rankings, and then we'll see the rest
Shout out
of
to
it.
that official, too, for getting the call right.
Yeah, it was terrific
Josh
call.
Dasher. Josh Dasher. Shout out Josh Dasher. Classic JD. JD right side.
I ended up moving Texas back over Notre Dame in the at the end of my top 10, just because, when you get to the 2-loss teams, it kind of gets to be kind of your choice. Ole Miss, I got Oregon at 7. Texas Tech moves up to 6 after destroying BYU. Alabama, Georgia. Georgia snuck by Mississippi State and Starkville. So there's your top 10. Ohio State 1, Notre Dame 10. What was that noise, Liam?
Snuck by.
Brandon Walker, I have a question. What's the difference between...
Why do you have a question?
You knew
we
me.
have so many people here.
No,
we have hold on, T-Bob. We got Dave Portnoy, who has not talked during this segment. T-Bob hasn't talked during this segment, and you've got a question. Let's all stop the show for your question.
Oh, yeah, it's an important question.
I have a bird in my house.
What kind of bird?
It's a little Tweety bird. It's in the house. This is going to get crazy real fast.
Can you really see the parrotfish jumping from where you are?
Kitty cats?
Yeah, but we got a bird now in the house.
Didn't Tweety used to say
Once
kitty
the
cat?
dogs become aware of the bird, we're going to have quite the situation.
All right. Meek, what was your question?
What's the difference between Indiana going to Penn State, winning by 3 versus a team that fired their coach, and Texas A&M going to Arkansas a few weeks back versus a team that fired their coach and winning by 3?
Well, first of all, we're gonna see. We got a bird issue right now, man.
You're not going to be able to see. It's too light.
It's the brightest place on earth.
We have a bird
Are
problem.
you in heaven?
It's on
Oh, there it is.
pillow.
There it is.
I see the
It's
vein
on the
outline.
pillow.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
How'd it get in?
The doors must be open. The second the dogs become aware of this bird, all hell's going to break loose in here.
It is a little treat. My dog ate my sister's
Not quite
pepper.
sure what to do about that.
Yeah, when I was growing up, I picked up the cage and the bottom fell out, and it was like a cartoon. The Dalmatian swallowed the bird, and one feather just popped out of its mouth and was floating in the ground. And my sister told me she hated me, and she never forgave me, and I went and cried.
Once that beagle sees that bird, we're on the barking.
This is just like moments before chaos.
Do you want to get up and kind of get the bird out?
Those windows he's at don't open. I mean, I'm on a live show here on them. I've never had this before. We have a bird situation. It's flying into a glass window and not getting out. It can't get out that way. It's going to be shooed to the middle of the house.
He could make a nest in the cave wall behind you.
Oh my God.
The rock wall.
All right, to answer your question, Meek, is there a difference between Indiana going and struggling against Penn State and Texas A&M going and struggling against Arkansas? Well, Texas A&M really didn't struggle that much against Arkansas. They were up 10 inside the last 2 minutes. They basically taken the defense out. Arkansas scores to make it look like it is closer than it really was.
Yep.
Whereas Indiana had to fight and scratch and claw and everything. They were on the ropes. They were this close to getting beat. So there was a difference in those games.
Also, let's not pretend
who
like Penn
cares?
State and Arkansas are the same team, even if Penn State's having an awful year. Going on the road at Happy Valley, completely different.
So then why is
Who
Indiana
cares?
3?
Dave, how did Miss Peaches get across the water the other day?
She climbs through these rocks now, and it's shallow, and she wiggles her way across. That's a whole nother thing that I'm dealing with right now. I get that, and I got this bird. I will say that Indiana catch. I don't know if my camera's now too much space in the back. I will say that Indiana catch, the most impressive, and these guys are great athletes, but watching him in super slow motion, look down at the sidelines, and have the control in midair to tap that. That was a spectacular catch, and that's what makes college football. Now, in the scheme of things, they get the bye and very important, great win. But that catch, Walker's right, and getting that foot down, especially after the sack in the beginning of the drive where you think this thing's over. Unbelievable win for Indiana.
Well, the catch to get him down there was amazing.
Well, I was going to say, so he misses the open bomb to Omar Cooper Jr., and it felt like, okay, that was the opportunity. Then he comes back, and he has the pass to Becker on the sideline to get him the goal to go, which was unreal. And then the thing about that catch is...
We have a bird in here.
It's the setting, the context. It's the production value. I mean, the cameras could not have been more perfectly placed to make it a complete non-issue where we could say for sure that was a touchdown, and then it highlights all the wonderful game of inches cliches that make the game so cool. And it's a Heisman drive for Mendoza. And I love the Gus Johnson call.
I thought
I love the Gus Johnson call.
A lot of people criticize him, say he's too over the top.
I'm over the top though, call. Dave. You know that.
I thought his call was over the top in the sense that he said the Heisman race is over right now. Give him the Heisman. That's a little crazy. He spent 3 quarters not being very good that day and created the moment for himself. It was a great Heisman moment, but like Julian Sayin is out there. Like all
Walker,
these great
people have said that. People I've heard, and maybe Ohio State, one of the craziest guys ever lived, but Ohio State is actually being penalized.
The bird.
No, the bird, dude. The bird cut Dave's feed.
Oh.
Where's the bird from?
So this is interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and assume. What Dave was about to say there is that Ohio State is being penalized for being too good.
Yes.
Because Julian Sayin doesn't have the stage to make a moment
Doesn't have
like
the
that.
moment.
Yes. Like we saw Dante Moore lead that. Saw Fernando Mendoza lead that drive. Like Sayin hasn't had the ability to.
No, they're not getting in moment situations because nobody's close to him. And Sayin is just ruthlessly efficient going down the field. And yes, he has 2 great receivers, and that's fantastic. But like Ohio State, to me, and I still think Jeremiah Smith, watch him over these last 3
Yeah, he had a great game.
He had 10 catches, 137 yards the other day.
It's a great take.
I think my problem with Gus Johnson's call was not how excited he got. It wasn't how, animated he got, because he's going to do that, and that's great, and it brings great to college football. But just saying the Heisman, give him the Heisman right now, I thought was too much.
It's over the top.
As the kids say, dude, that's clip farming. That's trying so hard to be in the end of season highlight reel where it's, oh, look, I said give him the Heisman.
just let it
He
breathe,
won the
though.
Heisman.
I think
did
you're
that.
being a little
But
cynical about Gus.
Hold on, T-Bob. Let the fella speak.
My bad.
Also,
I apologize.
are we sure? Are we sure that it was the bird that cut?
Stock down.
Are we
Stock
sure?
down.
Yeah, stock down. Are we sure it was the bird that cut Dave's feet, or was it Tate once?
Who was he talking to?
But the only problem is he was going to support Tate, maybe?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, but Tate heard he's one of the most psychotic people in the. Bang, gone. I was going to say, Gus Johnson's call is incredible because Gus Johnson, while he's in such a professional setup and everything, he puts aside the professionalism.
Yeah.
And is the fan that we are sitting watching the game on the couch, losing his mind.
I like that.
I agree with that.
Like losing. I'm doing the Gus Johnson. I'm forgetting how to speak. He forgets how to speak in the moment, and he's just a fan watching a game, reacting, and that I genuinely appreciate and will always love Gus Johnson. The Heisman thing is him trying too hard.
So
Really like the Heisman favorite, Fernando Mendoza.
he is over the top.
That was nuts too. Mendoza was plus 400 before that drive.
should
to
not.
win
So
the
Gus was
Heisman,
right.
And then became
So
plus
Gus-
175.
Gus was
Which I
right,
think was-
Liam.
well, I think that was a bit of an extreme overreaction.
I do
though.
too.
And if we're being quite honest, once again, I find myself in another year watching college football where I'm angry that the Heisman just goes to a quarterback.
Hold on, I agree with
Every
that.
single
But
year,
let me ask you
yes,
this.
but-
Let me ask you this, and Dave, I'll ask you too.
What happened?
Gus, I
Tate-
think the
Tate-
The
bird
bird cut the feed.
is either Ohio State or the bird.
Were
cut
you
the feed.
guys still going, or was I
Yes,
out?
you were out. We were still going. No, so Gus Johnson, I love him personally. He is over the top, but in my opinion, he is sincere. And that's why it works. I don't feel like it's put on. I don't feel like it's insincere. I feel like he legitimately just gets so lubed up and excited calling these college football games.
Yeah, that's fine, and I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
I think
No,
Gus
I'm
Johnson
just
is
wondering
great
if
for
y'all
college
agree with
sports.
that.
I think he's amazing. I just thought saying the Heisman race is over right here was a little bit too much.
He was
That's all.
caught up.
In the moment, but I will say before I got cut off, Ohio State crazy, but he does bring up a good point. You need those moments. And Ohio State, by virtue of the fact they haven't been in a close game the entire season, I think he tweeted or somebody's like, we should just fall behind by 21 and come back so he can have the moment. It hurts him. You need those moments on national TV, and you need Gus Johnson going berserk saying it's over. So it does help, even though he didn't play a great game necessarily.
Well, the truth is, for Ohio State, the moment is either going to happen or not happen in Ann Arbor, Michigan. If they win that game by a little bit, there will be a moment in that game where Julian Sayin has to make a play. That'll be his moment. But if they go to Ann Arbor and they win by a lot, that'll be the moment too, because they finally exercise their demons. And if they lose that game, then the moment doesn't count because they're just not going to win the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah, it just becomes Gus Johnson commentating, and imagine I'm doing the Gus Johnson voice. Julian saying drops back, throws deep. Jeremiah Smith catches it, touchdown, bang. Yeah, filling the words here and there.
I don't think that was a very good Gus Johnson.
I said
Jeremiah Smith.
Gus Johnson, and then he's like, oh, well, which one of these guys is the Heisman? They might as well share it. These are your Heisman winners.
Point too. And don't sleep. Ohio State needs, for many reasons, Michigan not to trip up in Wrigleyville this weekend. A noon kick.
Yep.
That could be a tricky game for the Wolverines.
Yeah.
Are you going, Dave? Are you going to go to
Big noon
Wrigley?
kickoff will be. Big noon kickoff will be there. Barstool will be there. Again, playing football in a Wrigley. I'm not a big fan of that in general. Like, I am somebody who believes when you go to college, you have 4 years in college. You have a very limited number of home games on campus. You should be entitled to those games. I don't love traveling wherever. I think you should get the home games. Having said that, it'll be a surreal thing to be there, and we will be there. I'm excited. Shout out, by the way, I'm going to post this. Sluggers, the bar Sluggers in Chicago, Michigan, we are turning that into Rick's, which is like the most popular bar on campus. All the money proceeds will go to the NIL of Michigan. So I'll have more information on that.
Oh, God, what a great charity to shout out.
Cooking.
What a great charity to shout out here on Wake Up Barstool.
Don't you have a connection there, Dave?
No, Jolyn and I were texting during the Pats game yesterday because she thought I was at Miami. I think she was at the Dolphins game. So yeah, I mean, listen, we do what we do here as Michigan to keep this program on top. And in this NIL era, no money is ever enough.
The guy's a $100 millionaire. He's hanging out with billionaires, and he's holding a car wash for Michigan's NIL this Saturday.
You know, I am.
He's got a lemonade stand for Michigan NIL.
I don't know if anything when you have
I'm
that
a poor
amount of
person
money
compared to what we need.
He also has a bird in his house. Like, he's going through a lot right now, dude.
Which I'm watching right now. There's a pot and
Bird's on the
second
move.
bird.
you guys hear that?
No,
I just saw you. We just saw your face react
the
to it.
visual.
Yeah, because it was. I heard it.
I did hear a little. Dee-dee.
Yeah, the dogs are unaware. The beagle, I think, can smell it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the beagle's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, he's made.
Beagles love
Yeah,
birds,
I was about to
man.
say they're made. He's made for that, right?
Yeah.
Like, in his
All right,
core
I gotta
DNA.
go. You guys carry this for a minute.
All right.
There's the birds.
All right, you go, Dave. You take care of your bird problem.
He's going to be gone for the next hour, the rest of the show. That man cannot figure this out in 5 minutes.
I mean, unintentionally, very good visual.
It might be
just
the-
watching the bird just now.
It might be the bird's house now.
Oh God, I should leave this hat on, huh?
Oh my God. Why'd you take it off?
Is this stock down?
Why did you take it off?
Did I
His
leave
stock was already down.
myself?
Now it's going more down.
Dave just got the house. He's going to need a new one again. The first one, mold. This one, bird.
He's got a bird problem.
So, yeah, I've got Texas over Notre Dame.
Yeah, you're top
Okay,
10.
by the way,
Well,
that does make sense. I want to give credit for wins. I know Texas has looked more flawed, but I want to give credit for more impressive wins.
I get it, but
And we have like 30
I'm-
seconds.
Okay, I'm very quickly warning you guys not to fall into this Texas trap after they should
It's not
not.
about-
They,
it's not-
hold on, they shouldn't have beat Kentucky. They almost blew a massive lead to Mississippi State.
That's not true.
I meant
On-
almost blew a
we gotta
massive
go.
lead to
Man,
Vanderbilt,
I'm an
and then only beat
absolute
Mississippi State because
man.
they were there.
Quiet, Bluttman.
He caught
what
the
I
bird?
just did was I took these two tools, captured the bird in between it like that, took the bird outside and freed it into nature. People, Dave can't hammer. Well, Dave just caught a bird in the wild and let it loose and saved his life without harming a feather on it.
Brandon Walker said you weren't going to do it in 5 minutes. You did it in like 2 minutes.
Wait, and
That
Dave,
was an unbelievable act of just being a man.
Dave, is this right on the heels too of going straight ocean to table fishing too, catching and
Yes.
eating what you catch? Are you
Yes.
Are you becoming an outdoorsman? Are you a real man now?
I should just look at the camo hat. It's all I do.
All right, there you
That
go,
was
guys.
unbelievable. Even I couldn't believe I had captured that bird that quickly.
And look, if you want your own
have to go
Barstool
Survivor.
Outdoors
Real.
merch, go check it out. Store.barsports.com. All right, hour 2 coming up next. Wake Up Barstool.
That was unbelievably manly.
Little tweety bird. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here in FS1. This is hour number 2. Brandon Walker, Dave Portnoy, Meek Phil, and Liam Bluttman. Let's get back to the NFL. So we opened the show with the NFL, but it was just the Patriots. Again, lead story and whatnot. What would y'all consider to be story number 2 today? There was
Bills.
an excellent international game. There's the Bills blowing it against the Dolphins.
They didn't blow it. They lost by 100.
Sorry, getting their ass kicked. You're right. Okay, so Bills, Dolphins, again, very similar to the Patriots in terms of travel, not similar in terms of quality of opponent, and not similar in how the game played out because the Buffalo Bills were awful. They didn't even get a first down until the third quarter. Brandon, you're a Dolphins fan. What the hell happened here?
I don't know. I don't know. This league is so punishing if you are not on your P's and Q's every single week. The Dolphins are objectively awful. They're terrible. They've also gone on the road and beaten the Falcons, and now they beat the Bills at home. The Falcons aren't that good, but like the Dolphins are so bad, you expect them to lay down over and over and over and over again. They go on the road and win a game. Now they beat the Bills. The Bills are a team that's trying to keep pace with the Patriots, and they come out of sleep. If you come out of sleep in this league, you're going to get beat no matter who you are playing. You can be playing the Dolphins, you can be playing the Jets. You're going to get beat.
Yeah,
This is why when people talk about strength of schedule in the NFL, it is one of the more overrated talking points because anybody can beat anybody, and we see it year in, week out. Stunning. I mean, this is just stunning. It's not just they lost; they got destroyed. Absolutely stunning result, and it's one of those things when you go back, maybe you put pen to paper and look. Well, the Bills just played their regular season Super Bowl last week against the Chiefs, played their most complete game, their best game. Everyone's saying they're back, team to beat, and they're just not ready. They just didn't prepare. They didn't do whatever, and they come out flat. But this league, that's why it's anybody, any single week can beat anybody. It's really so much parity, and the margins are so thin between winning and losing. If you're not on your A game, you lose.
Yeah, it's why like winning consistently, like all the top teams do, it's just got to be exhausting. To kind of reinforce that, the Dolphins are on a 7-game losing streak. They hadn't beaten the Bills since week 3 of 2022, and they completely dominated them.
As far as second story, I mean, the Ravens continuing to rebuild back is definitely a story. I think the Bears yesterday, and Caleb Williams finally being decent.
Well, before we get to the Bears, I want to talk Ravens-Vikings for a couple of reasons. First off,
but J.J. McCarthy's terrible?
Yes, I want to get there. But first, let's start with the winner. Ravens look great. Lamar Jackson, 73-27 through his first 100 games. Only Tom Brady, Roger Staubach, and Patrick Mahomes have ever had better records. The bigger deal here, though, the Ravens' defense is back. Giving up over 35 a game to the first 5 games, less than 15 for the last 4. Their schedule's pretty friendly. They're going to be all the way back. Now
they're blessed. The Ravens are blessed by playing in a pathetic division. And you know, on the G spot, Greg was talking about how the people wrote him off, all this, that. They really didn't. I mean, if you
the odds makers did not.
Yeah, the odds didn't, because you look at the schedule, you look at the division, and then you go look at Aaron Rodgers, who looked like he was 137 years old last night and really probably should have hung up the spikes. The Steelers stink. There is nobody in that division. So they are going to win that division by virtue of playing in that division. Is this the year the Ravens do it? They do it reverse style, where usually they look great the whole season going to the playoffs, and then they lay an egg and play if Lamar shows up. Is this a reversal, how to do it? I don't think this is their best team. I'm looking here. This is the AFC. Who, to me, can win the AFC? The Chiefs, the Patriots, the Chiefs, the Patriots, Patriots.
I think there's 7 teams that can. I think there's a lot of teams that can win the AFC. I think the AFC is wide open. I know the Patriots are having a great regular season, but the Chiefs, if they get in, are going to be. You still got to beat
the Chiefs.
I still think the Bills are going to put it together. The Bills absolutely looked terrible yesterday, but they've still got the makeup.
They're going to have to go on the road. They're going to have to go on the road the whole way. They're not going to win the division.
I think the Chargers could win the AFC.
Not with the
absolutely
injuries,
can.
huh? I think they're playing very well to test Harbaugh's culture.
I think this thing is wide open is the point
I think the Broncos' defense is good enough to maybe make them relevant for a run. I don't think they could find enough consistency offensively. The Colts travel well.
There's more than 2 teams. There's more than 2 teams.
Patriots and Chiefs. And for all you statisticians at home, mathematicians, statisticians, whatever type of tician you are, do the math. How many times have the Chiefs beaten the Patriots in the playoffs?
Also, if the if the Ravens get in, I think you got to say the Ravens could do it.
Yeah, the Ravens are getting in. Brandon, the Ravens are getting in.
But why? Why? They're a perennial playoff choke job.
Well, yeah, I mean, last year wasn't Lamar's fault, though. I don't know if that counts as a step forward. He made the plays. Mark Andrews drops the ball.
True.
But that's kind of what Josh Allen suffers from. Josh Allen keeps making the plays, and somebody else keeps screwing him in the playoffs. So maybe just people have bad luck.
Yeah, Josh Allen scoring like 35 points every time they play the Chiefs in the playoffs.
He does. And then I think you got to start looking at championship pedigree and championship culture and how many trophies are in the case for who can, get over that finish line.
I mean, pedigree. How many players on the Patriots has won a Super Bowl?
Well, their coach.
The coach is probably
walked right into that one.
Not as a coach.
No, I know, but that is too easy for Dave, I think, to take that point. And
there's one person in the Patriots organization who has won a Super Bowl at his current position.
So that is true.
Owner.
Dave is a genius at what I would call spinning for his things that he likes.
Yeah,
right?
He sure is.
Okay, sorry, no, I'm not talking about the Patriots here, Dave. Relax.
I'm curious to see where this goes.
JJ McCarthy is not accurate enough right now to be an NFL quarterback.
He's terrible.
Yeah, you're talking about JJ
Played
McCarthy.
5 games. I mean,
You're not talking about 9.
Caleb Williams was throwing the ball out of the stadium, and 2 seconds ago we're ready to crown him good. Jaden Williams. You got it. Jaden Daniels looked like a Hall of Famer, and this year they're the worst team in the league. So, I mean, it's a little early to write the book, I think, on JJ McCarthy. I'm also not one of these guys who, I don't carry my hatred. And I think a lot of people do because he won a national title at Michigan. People don't like Michigan. I don't carry my hatred of guys from where they played college into the pros. I don't like them when they're on their team. Trayvon Henderson, very happy to have him on my team. Mike Vrabel, I don't know if you know where he went to school, Ohio State. So I like that. And I do think people like to pick on JJ Walker specifically. I don't think Walker's calling for JJ McCarthy's head at this point in his career if he didn't win a title and jam it up his face at Michigan. I don't think he's doing that right now.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Oh, I will guarantee I'm not doing that right now. But the fact that I have to watch him be an average quarterback at Michigan, hand the ball off, and then have to hear about, oh my God, he's got such points. Oh, look at him, he's meditating on the field. I don't care if he's meditating on the field. That's stupid. And then I had to hear it over and over.
You are taking it out on the fact that you had to pick that phone call up after he won the national title. I'm like, who's the national champions? Walker, say it. And that has now made you well, I couldn't get McCarthy or Portnoy when he was in college, so I'm gonna watch him. It's a little Ohio State. Ohio State has that lunacy in him where he's happy if he's stuck in traffic on the way to the stadium.
Well,
whatever he does, he hates.
Well, I'll do something you will never do, Dave. I will recognize my flaws right now, and I will say I'm a flawed man. Open me up. I bleed red. And yes, JJ McCarthy's pain delights me. Could you shut up while I'm talking? Could you shut up while I'm talking?
That was a dumb comment.
Meek, could you shut up while I'm talking?
I think that's what he was saying.
That's what I was trying to say, but you're so bad. I'm not Bosco, okay? I'm not going to dance for you. Idiot. Can you get this guy on a plane?
Brent Key.
I think Meek thought you were talking about some sort of team allegiance.
Why does he let me talk?
Well, Brent Key bleeds blue and gold.
If he does bleed blue and gold.
So not everyone.
When Brent Key said, open me up and see what color I bleed, that just means he's going to Arkansas, right?
I guess it could be interpreted that way.
Do you root against Harbaugh like you do against McCarthy?
Not really. I don't know.
The Chargers are a Super Bowl contender, even though they have an offensive line.
I don't.
Can I see if I can judge this outside looking in?
Sure.
If I had to guess, it's because whether or not J.J. McCarthy was good was a bit more a matter of opinion and argument. Whereas everybody could kind of point to Harbaugh's resume and say, that's a damn good coach.
I'll tell you exactly what it is. And Dave, you're a little bit above the fray on this one because you are a Michigan guy. But there's a subsect of Barstool employees, of your Caucasian guys between the ages of 22 and 26 who, for some reason, I'm talking about Evan Bosenko, I'm talking about Greer, I'm talking about Jack Mack, that have crowned themselves JJ guys, and they're just in the group text texting about how JJ McCarthy is the truth and the future and all this. And I don't know how you radicalize these guys. I don't know if you gave them bonuses or whatever, but they are ride or die for JJ McCarthy, and it is apropos of nothing. There's no reason for Jack Mack to be a JJ McCarthy guy.
Well, I think he caught so much flack in college, people saying he was average. He was a great college quarterback. I still think he's going to be a very good pro. It's far too early, though. What did he started? Like 5 games?
4, maybe not even. Yeah,
He's 4 and he's 2-2.
Yeah. So to judge him that hard on 4 games, it's just like we saying, it's based on the hatred during college that nobody could beat him, and he had a little bit, which I guess I get, of the Tim Tebow, like holier than thou, we're Michigan, and I pledge not to lose to Ohio State. And then when you fulfill it, you can create haters and like people root for against Tebow. I'm rooting for JJ, great guy.
Yeah.
And he loves football and he's dedicated to it. If he stays healthy, I still think he'll be good. It's far too early, though, to write the book on McCarthy.
And see, but hold on, T-Bob. Again, this is the kind of stuff people do with JJ. They praise him for the dumbest things imaginable. He loves football.
He does.
He's a starting quarterback in the National Football League.
He loves football.
Oh, but that matters.
He loves football. That's just saying he exists.
All right, well,
Josh Rosen
Johnny
didn't love
Manziel.
football.
Johnny Manziel.
He loved football. He just loved being Johnny Manziel more.
You want a guy who's not interested in chasing short skirts, partying, doing drugs. You want a guy who's like, I'm going to read the playbook till my eyeballs fall out. I'm going to look at tape till my eyeballs fall out. That matters. Don't pretend that doesn't matter.
He loves football.
He does love football.
That love football
too.
answer you just gave was just Brandon's way of saying that was Dave's 100% right.
Okay.
Okay,
so
exactly.
what about this question? Does Caleb Williams love football?
He did in the fourth quarter.
The Bears with another comeback win. They're down 24-10, 24-7. Actually, I guess, before the field goal. They come all the way back. They end up winning 24-20. Of course, Jackson Dart getting done with his legs and arm. 2 touchdowns on the ground. Ends up leaving the game. The Giants look hopeless without Dart. And credit to Williams. The Bears, the Big Cat said something on Tuesday that I think I agree with. Like, the Bears are maybe not good, or maybe I don't believe in the Bears, but I do believe in Ben Johnson. They're so much better in the margins, situationally, and making plays to win, even if they're not really like a threat, I don't think, to win a championship or anything.
That was the 4th time this season Jackson Dart's been evaluated for a concussion. He's going to get killed out there.
It's unsustainable.
Listen, it's a huge part of the game, and that's what I've said about Drake. You got to be able to take hits, slides, avoid hits. I didn't watch the game. I was in the owner's box with Mr. Kraft, so I didn't see it. But so I don't know. Like, if Jackson Dart is healthy, do the Giants win this game? Also, I'd like to say I cannot watch highlights of those Giants and not expect to see 56 flying around the field in those uniforms. Just screams Lawrence Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. No, I think if Jackson Dart's healthy, they probably win that game. So a bit of a break. They don't even know, and Cam Scadaboo as well.
In years past, the Bears also lose that game. They fall behind 20-7.
Yes, that's a good point.
They fall behind 20-10 in the fourth quarter. They do not do what they did. That last touchdown that Caleb Williams scored was breathtaking. As bad as he can look sometimes, then he turns it on for a quarter at a time, for half a quarter at a time, if he ever puts it together, which I don't know if he's capable of, but it would be awesome if he did.
Well, they suffer from the opposite of the Ravens, though, and their division is brutal. So, they're in it. Lions, Packers, them. Tough division.
But they're surviving right now. They're 6-3. Like they're right there.
I want to say they have they've had a pretty friendly schedule to this point. I can't remember if the remaining schedule's friendly.
All right, Dave, can you see that graphic? How many of those teams can win the Super Bowl?
Producers telling me it's very tough. Oh, yeah. Okay, NFC, Dave. Super Bowl teams.
Eagles, yes. Rams, yes. Lions, yes. That's it.
I'd say Packers is a yes as well.
I think
I don't have Packers have 2 horrible losses. It's still early, and this is when teams are going to start playing it off. Like, you really, right about now is when teams start grooving. I don't believe in the Seahawks because I don't believe in playoff Darnold.
Could we say the winner of tonight's game is a yes with Packers-Eagles, or even if the Packers win, are you still a no?
I don't believe in the Packers.
Okay.
And even if they beat the Eagles tonight, I don't. The Eagles, to me, have earned the right to say, let me check in on what the Eagles are doing with a couple weeks left in the season. I don't know that the Eagles we're going to see tonight is the Eagles we're going to see come playoff time. So, I mean, how can you not say the Eagles? They're the defending Super Bowl champions.
No, I think the Eagles should absolutely been there. I guess it's more a Packers question.
Yeah, it's just too early for me. Like, Eagles at Packers, guess what? Packers should win this game.
Yeah.
There is like an element that the Packers are missing of a killer instinct. Again, they're 0-2 outright as 11-plus point favorites this season. The Cowboys game, they never found a way to put it away. I don't think the Packers are a Super Bowl contender because I don't think they have the killing instinct.
It's a pretty good take there, Liam. Look, producer yelling at me to get to break, but there's a major story that we haven't touched on. The New Orleans Saints beating the Carolina Panthers yesterday on the road.
Watching,
Tyler Shuck, oh my word.
We're live tomorrow,
take
right?
a break. Guys, take it a break.
Weirdest team in the NFL, the Carolina Panthers.
Take it a break. The New Orleans, Tyler Shuck, I told you guys, this guy is going to be a bona fide superstar. Kellen Moore, maybe coach of the year for 2025.
We'll be back.
Who dat? Saints are back.
The last shred of the day is these college football playoffs. I'm sick of hearing about all these scenarios. There's no way there should be 12 teams competing for a national championship. There's no way. I watch these games. And these at-large bids, these automatic bids, forget that. The ACC, they don't get a bid this year after their performance last week. We're going to reduce it to 8 teams. Play the Sugar Bowl, the Cotton Bowl, play the Orange Bowl and the Rose Bowl, and go from there. 12 teams is too many, and these brackets all the way through October, November are driving me nuts.
I love it. I disagree. That's a strong disagree on that shred. Either have nobody or everybody, but it gets people talking. It gets a team like my team, Michigan Wolverines. Before this playoff, we'd be done. We'd be pretty much on the outside looking in. Now we're very much alive. A lot of teams. I love it. Now, does it take away from traditional rivalries at the end a little bit, but I like the playoff.
8 teams would be kind of nice.
8 teams would be fine, but I like 12 as well. I think it creates more intrigue in November.
Wait, Coach, what about this?
Let's put a tickler file. If our guy Jon Gruden, now teams will have to negotiate with me to get him out of here, but if he ends up in college football, let's just bookmark this. If one of his teams is fighting for spot number 12 and he doesn't want it.
Hey, look, you got 12 people deciding who's getting in the tournament. I don't know who this committee is. I know Chris Alt. I know a couple of these guys. I know Hunter Yurachek. I don't know Carla Williams.
Oh, do you?
I don't
know Hunter Yurachek?
I don't know all these guys. Jeff Long. I know Mark D'Antonio. But all these people we don't know are coming up with who makes it and who doesn't. And let's be honest. There's a lot of people like Portnoy out there that are dreaming that Michigan gets to get a tournament bid. He's just dreaming they can get in the tournament. I'm into nightmares. Get them out of the tournament. They don't deserve to be in. There's 8 teams. That's enough. For crying out loud. This is college football. We're turning this into a 20-game season just for television revenue. And let's be honest, that's the bottom line.
It used to matter what you did in the regular season, who you beat, and how you got there. Instead, we had Ohio State win a national championship last season. Were they the best team? Yes. Did they earn the right to actually compete for a national title? No. And sometimes the best teams falter and shouldn't get the opportunity. Also, Coach, you'll be happy to know the ACC isn't actually guaranteed a playoff team. It goes to the 4 highest rated conference champions. If the group of 5 teams the highest rated by season's end, they'll steal that and we could have a no-bid ACC.
Coach Gruden, since, who knows where you'll end up here pretty soon, it should interest you to know that we'll likely be in a 16-team playoff era in the next couple of years. So don't worry. 16 teams, bracket gets bigger, all your dreams coming true there, Coach.
Yeah, you'll have a chance.
Everybody deserves a chance. Let's let everybody have a tournament bid.
All right, Coach, thank you so much. Another excellent shred line. You're the best.
See it.
Coach Jon Gruden, legend. What do y'all say? You want to continue some college football talk?
I wouldn't mind with the playoffs. And I guess it's good for discussion and doing the rankings. But I actually wouldn't mind some sort of automatic system that takes voting out of it. Like you have, the first place conference, second, whatever, like a major league sport where there's no voting on who goes to the playoffs.
Dave, this is what I've been advocating forever. So there's 2 models in the 16-team era at play. There's 5 automatic bids with 11 at large. That's a lot of subjective judgment. The other one is 4 for the Big Ten auto. If you finished 1 through 4 in the Big Ten, you're in. If you finished 1 through 4 in the SEC, you're in. First or second in the ACC, first or second in the Big 12. Like, that makes sense to me.
No.
Then you just let the football decide. I don't need you to tell me you know who's better. Freaking play the games on the field.
But here's the problem with that. What if a team finishes number 4 in the Big Ten but goes 1 and 3 in the non-conference?
I don't care.
So you would have Duke. Duke who's going to go 8-4.
I don't care if they win the
Walker,
games to get in. It's like the NFL.
That is basically what's the difference between like the NFL, where you're looking at the AFC Central or whatever it is with you 5-4, 4-5. Like you can have teams in the past that were 500 teams make the playoffs and a 10-6 or whatever in the old days miss it, but that's just the luck of the draw where you went in. It's cyclical. Some years it'll help you, some it'll hurt you.
Over time, I do feel like it evens out. Like Dave is saying there, I feel like it evens out. But whatever. Well, it seems like the 5 and 11 model is the one gaming.
Whatever that clip was of the committee members, they were like putting their hats.
They're hanging the hat at the door, bias averted.
That made me trust them less than anything in the world.
Right.
Like when I saw that, I'm like, oh, somebody's getting screwed.
Well, I mean, they're going in to decide everybody's fate, right? And then they have a meeting beforehand. What can we do? What viral clip can we provide? Like, why are you worried about doing that at all? Why are you worried about anything? Don't even take your hats off. Just figure out the playoff.
And I didn't know what the people looked like, but they were exactly what I expected. Right. Like, going into this meeting, these guys, and this woman, this is not who I put confidence in. This seems like the board of Enron before they collapsed.
This is like a member guest at the worst country club in America.
Yeah. Oh, this makes me trust you. And by the way, whoever was like, let's do this and put this out to the internet, put that person in on a raft and send them to the equator. I mean, that was not very smart.
Every single time that we see the committee doing anything, it's terrible. Remember last year they showed the committee watching the games? Half the room was asleep.
Yeah, it was bad.
Mean, that is so crazy on so many levels. To do it, to publish it, to be like, this'll install some faith. I mean, Jesus.
It did numbies.
That's a buzzword.
That is. It might. Yeah. It used in that context, it might be. But I you know what? I'm going to take it like this. There's snow in the air right now. His birthday's coming up. I think you were just celebrating the season a little early here.
But that clip was something else.
All right, coming up next, guys, let's talk some college football. We still got Davey Day Traded Global stock up, stock down game as well. There you see the snow. More Wake Up Barstool coming up next. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. We play it every single Monday. It is time for Davey Day Traded Global stock up, stock down. Disastrous segment for me last week. Almost got delisted. Let's see how it goes this week. Meek Phil, take us away. Wait, sorry, Dave?
Oh, you're going Meek Phil?
We're starting with Meek Phil.
Hold on.
We're starting with Meek Phil.
Is that a stock down for me? No. Okay.
Who made that choice?
I did just now. That was
kind of like when somebody gets announced to win like an Oscar and they get out of their seat to receive it, and then they call someone else's name.
You want to start Davey Day Trader Global with someone other than Davey Day Trader?
Well, no, because
that was stunning.
I'm thinking of him like the big clothes.
I'm gonna step in right now.
Why
Dave,
is it so
got, buddy?
And mine's not great today because we've already discussed it, but clearly stock up New England Patriots, Drake May. Huge win on the road against Tampa. Stock down Buffalo Bills. Stunning loss, and now like 2.5 games out in the East. Stock down Aaron Rodgers, Pittsburgh Steelers. I think people have been fluctuating. Is this team for real? Are they not for real? They're clearly not for real. And I just, I don't know if there's a stock up or stock down, but it's just I guess, a stock that you can set your watch to. I was talking to Steve Che. It's the most Steve Che text you can ever receive, because I was talking to him before the game. I'm like, there's a lot of Patriot fans, and this is what he texted me. He goes, good luck today. Stay healthy. Most Steve Che tweet of all time. Stay healthy.
Stay healthy, buddy.
Look, yeah, he's going through right now. The Bucs are going to get healthy. All right, here we got Meek Phil.
All right.
What you got?
My stock up, Mike McDaniel, because yesterday was a job-saving win for him. The Dolphins' next 3 games, Commanders, Saints, Jets, they're going to be 6 and 7. The Dolphins are going to end the season.
They're going to be what?
6 and 7, probably.
Oh, wow.
They're going to end the season at 8 and 9 somehow. Mike McDaniel's going to keep his job. Dolphins are going to be 8 and 9, just fine, like Frank Tank says. My other stock up, Kyler Murray in Call of Duty. Perfect time to be on the IR. Black Ops 7 comes out Friday.
True.
So Kyler could have some fun on the game sticks. And my stock down, Josh Giddey. It does not matter how many triple doubles, how many points you scored this season. Everyone's going to remember DeAndre Hunter, who people don't even think can dribble, crossing you up, sending you to the ground, literally breaking his ankle. I think he's questionable to play tonight. And, Brandon Ingram's my other stock down, because he threw a water bottle on the floor to knock out a team staffer and almost Scotty Barnes.
Do we have that clip, by the way? That was an Dave, I don't know if
Brandon
you've
Ingram
seen
getting
this.
mad?
Yeah, but hitting the staffer in the face and then just not apologizing at all.
I haven't seen
I
it.
didn't see him get hit in the face. I saw the video, but I didn't.
Unbelievable clip. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
He throws
Threw
it in
a water
anger.
bottle on the ground. It bounced up and hit a guy in the face.
Yes.
Hit the trainer in the face. I don't even know if it bounced, to be honest, but it hit him in the face, and Brandon Ingram does not apologize, doesn't reach out, doesn't do anything, just sits there.
Well, that's Duke education.
It's a crazy clip.
Slim Reaper.
I have the clip if we could play it.
No, we can't play it. We don't have NBA rights. Liam, stock up, stock down.
Stock up, stock down.
I'm just big fan.
Brandon, we're saving you. You're the closer, player.
You're the closer.
What Faker does in the esports game, he's one of the best athletes of all
God.
time.
Tell him.
It's honestly, it's
Tell him.
It's Dave's Brady Patriots and Dave's Drake May Patriots. The guy's won back-to-back World Series. Unbelievable. Telluride Bush. It's an esports day. Telluride.
Oh, hell, I own this team.
You do. Dave,
stock up, Dave.
the price went up. They are playing in a charity tournament right now. They shocked the scene yesterday. They were able to qualify for today's matches, which are at 6 p.m. Eastern. Austin's locked in, Dave. These guys might actually be good.
Yeah, he's negotiating. Jerry's trying to buy shares in the team. I don't know if we're going to let him.
All right, I
It's
guess.
walking into the office every day last week and watching Austin and Jerry talk about this was my favorite part of the week.
Bloody, stock down?
What I have. ACC football, gross. And then me, I get like a P grade today. I didn't do good.
Oh, stop that.
Participation.
It's good. It's good awareness, though.
Thanks.
Stock up, international football games, guys. That was a fantastic game in Germany on Sunday. Goes to OT. Very exciting. Massive moment for the Indianapolis Colts as well. Like that the season wasn't hanging in the balance, but the haters were. Because everybody was waiting in the wings to come out and crap on him. Daniel Jones finds ways to make the plays on the final drive to tie it up. Jonathan Taylor, fantastic. Longest play right here in international game history. Longest play from scrimmage this year in the NFL.
You give the Colts a stock up, fine. International football, you can't like international football.
Did you see the crowd? 73K. Germans
Who
are
cares?
going crazy.
Who
The
cares?
Colts.
Football is an American game. Again, using the college analogy that I use, you only have so many home games during a season. Football goes by in the blink of an eye. You should keep your home games, tailgate, seasons. Fine. Colts, international football, I get it. You got to make money. You got to expand. If you're not growing, you're dying. But how can any American root for international football?
Because I am a man of the people, and the German people have always loved football. Go look at NFL Europe back in the day. Germany had multiple teams. They had all the best teams. They deserve to get to watch these players shine, and they got a good game. And the Colts touchdown song is from a German EDM DJ, Scooter, and he played it live after they scored.
Well, you're going to be happy when they play a Super Bowl overseas, too?
You probably will.
No, they're not going to play Super Bowl.
Yes, they will. That's where we're
All
headed.
right, stock
It's
up.
Terrible.
General Mills, this was just going to be a whole Davis Mills bit. I'm not going to do it. Stock down. The Wake Up Barstool curse. Because it's over, guys. It looked really bad. Silverfield lost Friday. Levy loses Saturday to start the day. Thank God for JMU's Bob Chesney breaking the back of the Barstool curse. Then Mike Elko comes through. Coaches, you are once again safe to come on Wake Up Barstool.
So you think the curse is dead because it is now 2-12? It's 2-12, and Mike Elko played.
By the way,
I
almost canceled Wake Up Barstool when I saw Mike Elko on here. Some of the questions that the panelists were asking Mike Elko. Hey, what makes your quarterback so good? Ugh, I wanted to throw up.
Yeah.
The worst line of questioning. I think it was Dana Beers. Hey, coach, your quarterback, he's really having a good season. What makes him so good? Ugh.
Okay. We'll work on that. We'll get in the film room. Stock down.
I also didn't think Elko qualified for this because I was led to believe if A&M had lost, this wouldn't have counted against the curse.
So I think we actually had, I think we were trying to do a spin zone because I think we did have coaches coming to buy and lose. But whatever. It's over now. It's over.
Who cares? Walker, what do you got?
Yeah, what do you got, Brandon?
Yeah, thank God. Okay, so I'm going to say stock down, and we've all kind of danced around it a little bit, but it is the Atlantic Coast Conference in football, the ACC. This is a disaster of a league right now.
Look at the standings.
If you flash back a month ago when we still had Miami undefeated and we still had Georgia Tech undefeated, we're like, is this a two-bid league? No, it is very much not. Virginia loses to Wake Forest. You got Louisville losing to Cal. All of a sudden, Duke, who went 1-3, outside of the conference, who has lost to UConn, who's lost to Tulane, who got beat to sleep by Illinois. Duke is the odds-on favorite to win the ACC right now, and that would mean, and I know you said technically maybe they don't get an auto bid, but likely the ACC champ will end up getting a bid. We could have 8-4 Duke in the playoff. That's a year after having 9-3 Clemson in the playoff in the ACC. This league is dropping the ball. If you look at the Big 12, you've got exciting football, you got great football, you have Texas Tech, who looks like a national title contender. They are holding up their end of the bargain, and over on the East Coast, the ACC is absolutely dropping the ball. It's a terrible league.
Yep.
It does not deserve. If we get to the end of the season and Duke gets in, we have to have a conversation about the bidding process. We have to have a conversation about which conferences are actually great conferences, because the ACC is not one. It is garbage.
And before we go to break, I heard that we need one more stock up. I should have put in Miss Watermelon, the horse that I own, 0-1, got smoked at Keeneland, had a workout at Dirt on Belmar. I don't know what got into the horse, but we may have something. So Miss Watermelon's horse stock, way up.
Ooh, where the surf meets the turf. All right, guys,
Correct.
Coming up next, let's do a little Monday Night Football preview. Massive one coming up in the NFC night. Don't go anywhere. More Wake Up Barstool here in FS1. She looks good with some snow on. What's happening, guys? All right, Brandon, one game we have not talked about that's kind of in our world, the college football world.
Yeah.
Oregon going on the road to Iowa this weekend. A aesthetically beautiful game, okay? Electric, raucous home crowd, rain falling. I mean, every single play was a car crash. Like, this was like some classic Big Ten football. And Oregon finds a way to win and doing it in a tough style, running the ball, and then Dante Moore showing up on the final drive in a way he had an all day long. I think this is a massive feather in the cap for Dan Lanning and the Ducks.
Well, they had to have it. I mean, if you don't get it, you put yourself in danger coming down the stretch of the season of kind of being on that playoff cut line. They probably would have got in, but you don't want to mess with that. They go on the road, and this was the first Big Ten game of the year where I noticed, like, you could see their breath. You could see it was that cold.
Yep.
It was that nasty. It was dark. It seemed like it was dark at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
It did seem dark the entire day.
It was dark the whole day, and then they get the ball. You know, Iowa has the long drive to take the lead, and that's where a lot of teams have gone into Kinnick Stadium and folded in that exact moment. They're down 16-15 in the fourth quarter, and Dante Moore just starts throwing darts. Gut check win from a program that I feel like needed to show a gut check win, and that's exactly what they did right there. Because when Indiana walked into Oregon a month ago and kind of tested the manhood of Oregon, they didn't answer the call.
Yep.
And they answered it right here. And in the Big Ten, if you go on the road and beat Iowa, I don't care what their record is, you have got that is a manhood check, and Oregon passed the test.
And again,
Yeah, Iowa's one of those teams. It doesn't matter the year, the calendar. Ferentz has been there for 100 years. They're always the same team. They're always the same team. And if you go to play at Iowa, you're going to end up with a game like this. It's going to be rough. It's going to be tumble. It's going to come down to the final possession. And Oregon, and yes, that's how I say it, Oregon of the West Coast teams, the USC, UCLA, they're the ones who seem to have adapted to the Big Ten. Now, they're also like a cold weather city, I guess. Oregon isn't, always nice. So they've done a good job. Lanning is a tough-minded coach. Huge win because they still have USC, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's a big game.
And
that's
at Washington.
Yeah, so that's all of Washington was a stunner to Wisconsin. But yeah, good Big Ten football, and how it always seems to be in Iowa City.
Yeah, so, and again, Brandon, I'm glad you mentioned the drive because the 92-yard touchdown drive to take the lead from Iowa and Gronowski, should have been the story.
Sure.
Right? But then in the same way that Fernando Mendoza had his setting to go out there and state his case that you should be watching me, Dante Moore did that for Oregon. And he had a terrible overall game. But this is something that I love. Can you do what you have not done yet to that day when it matters the most? And here's a great graphic that I found in the postgame. So if we take out the final drive, Dante Moore's 8 of 14, 65 yards, 1 pick.
Awful.
On that final drive, game on the line, all the momentum in the crowd against him, 5 of 7, 47 yards, including a perfect NFL down the sideline throw to set up Atticus Sappington for the game-winning field goal. Shout out Dante Moore.
Also, the field goal kicker for Oregon hit a big one at the end of the first half.
Yep, it's Atticus.
And then hits, obviously, the game winner. Another story from the weekend in college football. I mean, we talked about briefly, but Indiana, great win. Probably changes how I view Indiana a little bit. Now they've had 2 scrapes that they've had to get by. So, Ohio State hasn't had a close game. Are they so separate, or do you put A&M now? Like, if A&M plays Ohio State, what do you expect to happen there? If Ohio State plays Indiana, or is it now truly Ohio State versus everybody else, Ohio State versus the field?
I think it's Ohio State versus everybody else. I think if you look at the way, Penn State played these 2 teams back-to-back, right? Penn State goes into Columbus, I believe, and Ohio State just, kind of plays with their food a little bit. They're up 17-14 early in the second half, and then they just take off, and they show the separation. And Indiana had to scratch and claw and fight, and frankly, get a little bit lucky there at the end to win the game. So as Indiana is a good, typical top 5 team, Ohio State's just on another level right now, and I wouldn't put A&M on Ohio State's level either. A&M is
so from
fine.
a gambling perspective, would you say it's even money? Would you say Ohio State's even money, or if it's even money, would you take Ohio State or the field?
I think I'd take Ohio State versus the field if it's even money.
I really don't think it's close. I haven't thought it's close for 2 months.
They've got the best defense. They got the best playmakers on offense. Their quarterback is probably the best quarterback in the country.
They have 4 of the best 5 players in the country.
Where's the weakness?
They're not running the score up on teams because they don't want fatigue on their players being overworked, and they don't want to show everything. They're calculated. They're playing for the playoff. It's
Do you think though it hurts them? And granted, they still got obviously Michigan, but I wouldn't want to go into the playoffs without a test.
The only possible weakness for Ohio State is up here going into Ann Arbor. That's the only possible weakness. If they're still scared of Michigan, if they're still intimidated by Michigan, this could all fall apart.
All right, guys, let's close out the show next. A little Monday Night Football preview here at Wake Up Barstool. Don't go anywhere.
But, no, because last year.
Yeah, Dave's right, though. The battle-tested thing is a thing.
Texas
when they get... Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. Dave, I don't know if it's Ohio State, but it looks like somebody may have planted a camera in your house. We have bird footage. Here's our boss, Dave Portnoy. Wow, what a grab. Look at that. Replay that again. Look at Brandon, look at this athleticism to grab the bird.
So what do we got, Quigs here? I don't even know. I have no idea.
That's a great dive, though, Dave.
So I showed the windows briefly, got it. So that's how you got that. And then Quigs or somebody put the bird footage together.
This is pretty terrifying because this is AI.
Yeah.
And you would never know.
That's why I was so confused. It's that is what my house is. So how'd you get that? I remember I showed it.
That's just crazy. From that one shot, it was able to create all of that?
Okay, but we saw what AI said, and you're the only person that knows what it looked like when you caught the bird. I know you had the 2 tools. Was there a dive? Was there a jump? Was there a quick move?
No, I just trapped. I snuck up on it, trapped it, got it in there, let it go, flew right out. So, again, it was a very manly move. I don't want to brag about it, but I caught a bird, set it free, didn't hurt one feather on it. By the way, tonight, love the Packers. It's a 100-star play.
Yeah, it's interesting too. Like you said, home games that Packers should win, and you're not even
100-star
necessarily a
play.
Packers believer.
No, I'm not. They're going to win this game. I'm not a Super Bowl believer in them, but this is a home game, Monday Night Football, 100-star play. Packers win this game. 100-star play.
Now, in gambling terms, what does that mean? Like, are you putting
That's
a
the
big boy on
strongest
it?
play Dave has.
Oh wow.
2-1 on the season and 100-star plays.
That's
What
as
was
strong as it
the
gets.
loss?
Kansas State
Oh, that was.
at home. Texas Tech, they got smushed.
Yeah.
3-1, but I didn't give the third one out. It was UNC at home against Syracuse. So I'm a man of honor.
Hey.
2-1.
Man of honor.
I love the
UNC's
Packers.
flipping it around, man.
Well, I've been all over that. I told you that. They didn't cover last week, though, because they got conservative at the end, which hurt. They were up, I think, 20 to like.
Wait, I haven't paid attention. UNC's got a couple.
Yeah, they're gonna end up like 6-6 and go to like the Meineke Bowl or something. Like they're like not the.
Now, before we say they turn around, they've beaten two horrific teams.
They play in a horrific conference and they were losing to horrific
and they
teams
had a couple
earlier.
games they could have won, but they 100% have turned it around. I was on that. They lost. They should have won a game. I think it was Cal. They fumbled going into the end zone, lost in overtime to Virginia, destroyed Syracuse, and they won easily. It was far more easy than the score indicated last week.
Against Stanford.
The process,
Stanford.
dude.
So, yeah,
Shout
they
out
are. The
Jordan.
coach hasn't turned around. But I will say, I saw him in the speech in the locker room after the game. Belichick, he's like, "This is how you do it, men. Great win," and everyone. And I'm coming out the Vrabel locker room is just. I don't know how he ended up in the UNC locker room beating Stanford when no one's paying attention, giving speeches. It seems below him.
What do you think? You think they made that AI video in Adobe Photoshop? Maybe. All right, guys, we gotta go. We gotta go. Have an excellent day, my friends. Dave, thank you. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Meek. Thank you, Liam. Thank you all the production. We'll be back tomorrow with more Wake Up Barstool.
Quiggs is unbelievable. What a talent.
That freaks me out, dude.